pretty interesting little test about to go down today. So we just finished up a new Fast Power Sports GP1R, the latest, greatest GP1R spec version that we've been able to come up with. Learned a few things over the last few months with development on the F16, passed a few of those things onto the GP1R, and yeah, we got it done. And I did a quick test with it this morning, and the thing ripped. So I thought that there hasn't been a better time than to take the latest spec GP1R to the water and take the F16 and put them up against each other, kind of check top speed, acceleration, how the boats feel on the water, and kind of have a mini shootout, I guess, or the first of many that I think is going to happen. But yeah, we had to get it started, and I felt that this GP1R was noticeably better than anything that I've had before on the GP1R platform. So I felt like we made a step forward, and this was the one that needed to go up against the F16. So yes, stick along, watch along, and let's see how it goes. But it should be interesting no matter what, and no matter what, we're going to learn something today. So let's go. take this GP1R out one more time. I've been spending a lot more time on the F16 obviously over the last few months, so I feel more comfortable on that just because of the time I've spent on it. But yeah, I rode this GP1R a lot to kind of just get back in tune with it. Yeah, and it's really, really good. This, I think, is the best GP1R I've ever built. So yeah, just the way it feels, the way it handles, so easy to ride. But yeah, it's crazy the difference, you know, between the two. They're both really good. For me, I feel more comfortable in the F16. I like the tray, I like the size. It's a newer design, and you know, I passed on a lot of the stuff that we'd figured out on that boat onto this now, and we definitely this GP1's improved 100%. So yeah, this is the best GP1R that I've ridden for a long time, if not ever. And yeah, I think it's amazing. It's going to be personal preference, depends what you like. So just finished up a water test with the new latest spec GP1R, and obviously put it up against the F16. Yeah, it was a pretty interesting test today. So I've just finished up this GP1R. Obviously I've been spending all my time on F16s, especially this year, and really been enjoying that ski. But ended up building this GP1R. I used a lot of what I'd learned from the setup and things like that I could transfer from the F16, what I'd learned on that, over onto the GP1R. And I feel like we have got the best setup GP1R that I've ever ridden. So ended up water testing it this morning, and it was really, really good. Definitely the best GP1R that I've ridden in recent memory, if not ever. So like as the day went on, I was like, man, I want to do my own little shootout between these two boats, and see what shakes down. So yeah, ended up taking both to the water. It was a lot of fun. You know, just these are both my products, so I feel I can be, you know, pretty unbiased when it comes to the feel and what the experience is between the two. And yeah, it was an awesome test, just getting to ride my own two boats. Went by myself. It was a, you know, nice weather here in Phoenix, so it was a good time. Got to spend the afternoon on the water riding two awesome skis. But yeah, my overall feeling was, when I rode the GP1R first again, and I felt the most comfortable that I felt on a GP1R in a long time. Recently, like during testing and stuff like that, I do jump on GP1Rs when I'm at the water with different customers and friends. We ride a couple times during the week here. There's a group of us, and a bunch of my guys have GP1Rs. Some of them got F16s. So every now and again, I'll jump still back onto GP1R. And I'll be honest with you, lately I haven't really been enjoying them. I just feel more comfortable on the F16. I like the size, I like the feel. It's newer technology. But both have been great skis, and both have got amazing results. So when I rode the one this morning, I was like, man, this is a good one. I want to do this. So I jumped on it first, went out there, and I mean, the thing is awesome. It does everything that you want it to do. It's stable. It was fast, carried really good. There was a lot of wakeboard boats out there. There's a little bit of wind chop, and the lakehead sections where there's a bit of roll. And yeah, I mean, that GP1R just did everything. It felt like it turned sharper than the ones that I've built up until now. You know, just a few of those little things that we had learned from the F16. I was able to squeeze some of that like technology, I guess, and what I'd learned over into this hole, and it definitely performed better. Yeah, the boat felt awesome. It was really easy to ride. The nose had really good grip. Yeah, I mean, the whole boat is super balanced, just like, you know, the GP1Rs are proven. Quentin Bosch has won everything on them in the last 2 years. I mean, that boat's dominated everything across the board. But this year, obviously, we released the new F16. As the years and time has been moving on, we've been figuring it out, and the performance has been going up massively on that boat. So, you know, if you look at the races as competed, actually the F16 has won more races than any other boat, even than our GP1R, which was the winningest boat up until now. So, you know, if you look at right now, like they've been getting really good results here in the US with Britton Reynard and the women's, Coy Curtis, the Quinton won over in France on it. He got second at the UIM European Championship, but he was really in there with Michael Perret. Michael was on one of our GP1Rs, but they had a really good battle. Yanni Hamlin has been racing over in Europe with a stock engine in a F16, and he's been seconds, thirds, fourths in a super stacked field. Like the level in Europe is so high. And he's been able to put that F16 right up there with a stock engine against all the best riders in the world with the biggest, baddest engines and that there is. So for me, F16 has proven itself, and it's only getting better. The best is still to come with that boat as time goes on. The development cycle is so steep with that thing. We're learning and figuring out so much that yeah, it's incredible where that boat's going to go. But yeah, it was cool to put them head to head and do my own test on them. So yeah, long story short, I went out, I rode both of them, I GPS both of them. When you ride them acceleration wise, the F16 accelerates quicker than the GP1R and actually had a little bit faster top speed. I was actually a bit surprised by that. I thought the GP1R was actually going to be faster up on the top end, but it wasn't. It wasn't a big difference. It was a half a mile an hour in these conditions, and both skis had completely full tanks of gas. So I filled both tanks, took them out, rode them back to back. Right away got the GPS numbers done, so it didn't have time for the tanks to drop and be uneven. But yeah, the F16 actually had a higher top speed. Both these boats are exactly the same spec. So exact same tune, exact same impeller, exact same pump. The only difference is the hulls. So yeah, it was as sharp and as close of a comparison test that you could get. From my feedback, the F16 feels bigger, but feels lighter than the GP1R. So it's kind of hard to explain, because when you jump on the F16, it's substantially bigger. The tray is bigger, the hood area is bigger, but it's a lighter, more nimble ski, which is pretty surprising, because like, you're looking at a bigger boat, but it is more nimble. I would say in the cornering, the bite of the front end on the F16, it just gets into the turn harder than the GP1R. At the beginning, the front ends of the F16s were biting too hard. We've figured that out since then. You know, that's the development and progress, and now it's thing rips through the turns but doesn't overdo it. So for me, when I rode the two boats together, the turning on this GP1R for sure better than any of the setups that I've had on that hull up until now, but that F16 another 10 to 15% more. So just turned better, held itself in the corner better, but you're talking, you know, pretty close. GP1R rode a little flatter in the corners, F16 rolled in the corners. So, you know, a lot of people think that these hulls are very similar, and they are similar, but they are very different. The setups are very different between them. For instance, the GP1R runs sponsons on the hull. F16 runs no sponsons or very small sponsons on the bond flange. So they like different things. They like the nozzle setup differently. So you can get a very different feel between these two boats. But yeah, my overall feeling was that the F16 was a bigger boat. It felt lighter, but it felt very... It felt like a lot of protection on the boat when you're going through the big rough water because of its size and the volume around the front. So for me, that's what I like. Even from back in the day when we were riding Cowie triples and you know, we're jumping back and forth between those and hydro spaces. I always liked hydro spaces because at that time that was a big boat, had lots of protection. And I feel that with this F16. The F16 just has more protection around the front. bigger front, you've got more protection. I prefer it. When you ride them though, if you ride a GP1R and you close your eyes, that boat does everything that you want it to do. The GP1R, it hooks up, it never slides, the front end's very predictable. Made some small changes to the front wing. The boat is so well balanced. It is a dialed-in boat. It is a boat that, you know, Tyron and I developed many years ago, and progression has not stopped with that boat. You know, I've had the best riders in the world. Obviously, Tyron and myself for all those years developed that thing, and majority of the world's best riders race for me and my brand, and they ride that boat. So they have been giving us feedback for years, and that feedback does not fall on deaf ears. So whenever, you know, people don't like the product to be criticized, for me, I just want to move forward. I want to improve, and we own our own factory. If we make a change or we want a change made, it happens today. So we don't wait, we react, and we keep pushing forward. And it's been a strong point of our brand, and that's why we've been successful. But when I jumped back on this GP1, it was just predictable. It does everything that you want it to do. Such a great boat. It's just the F16, it's a newer design. I took everything that I knew from the GP1R, which was a big progression forward from the original GP1, just keep moving forward. And then I took what I'd learned from that, and we just progressed it into the F16. So with the F16, you're getting the bigger engine bay, you're getting more spacious tray, and you're getting something that's just 10% sharper. But yeah, both were great boats. I would be happy with either one. The biggest thing that I feel is, for me, and take into consideration, I have been riding an F16 a lot, and a lot more than GP1s, because I've been developing this boat. So I've been pushing forward on the F16. So when I jump on the F16, I feel comfortable. When I ride the GP1R, I mean, that was our baby. Like, so that was like, I thought that boat was the most unbelievable thing for all these years. And now when I ride it, I feel that if I wanted to go racing it at the highest level, I would want it for a week or two to get dialed back into it, to feel 100% comfortable. Because, you know, the tray and just where your legs push, like for instance, the tray on the GP1, it's taller, it's more narrow at the top. The F16 has a wider tray, swept sides. It allows you to get off the boat a little bit more. It's just a different feel. I feel that if you jump on the boats, like if you get from a GP1R and jump onto the F16 now, you can jump on it and ride it. Where if you are an F16 owner and you jump onto a GP1R, probably going to take you a little bit longer to get used to the ergonomics of the boat. So it's not that the GP1R isn't doing what it's meant to do. The thing honestly was amazing. It's just that it feels a little, you need to get dialed into it a little bit more, because it has a little bit of a unique feel compared to the F16. So and when you take into consideration, like, I just like the big engine bay of the F16. You can get to everything around the engine, you got the lightweight hood. The hood seals up really high up on the boat, so you don't have water, you know, going into the engine bays. But riding this GP1R, I rode this boat a ton today. When I took off the engine, the hood to make this video, I thought I'm going to have to wipe down the valve cover or something, because there will obviously be some water droplets on it. And honestly, I didn't have to touch it. So if you set up your hood correctly, you don't get water into them. So, you know, the biggest thing is you got to make sure your hood is set nice and tight and it's adjusted properly. And, you know, that is something that your builder is going to have to take care of, because they set up the hood. So if we do it for you, we make sure it's tight. If our dealers, those guys know how to do it. But if you build it in your garage, or you build any of these boats in your garage, you must take time to make sure that stuff is dialed in. Because there is a difference. That's one thing. Like, obviously we've been building hulls for many years, and we've been building complete skis for many years, and I have the best builders in the world build my product for the public and work with our company. So you know, if you're using QB1 Racing over in Europe, or Fredo from Paratech, these are the best guys in Europe that there is. You know, you got Hiroki in Japan, you've got all the dealers here, TC Freeride, Go Fast, Cabrera Motorsports, all these guys. These are guys that have a ton of experience, and that's why I've chose them to work with my brand, because these guys, they bring a lot to the table with experience, and we are all pushing the product forward to make you a better product that is more dialed in. But when you buy a Ferrari and you assemble it in your garage, it depends on how good of a builder you are. It depends what you know. How many boats have you built? Do you know how to set up all this different stuff? And that gives you a different product at the end. So I'm not saying that somebody can't do it, because there are many good racers and builders that build amazing skis at home or in their race shops, and they go out and win the biggest races in the world. So, but there is a difference between different shops, different builders. They all got their own knack, and some guys are good at finish, some guys are good with performance, some guys are good with setup. You know, obviously we do it here too. You can order a hull, or you can order a full turnkey ski. If you order a full turnkey ski, I build it, I test it. So for my company here, you know, it really stops with me. If there's a problem with the boat, I'm going to be the guy that's going to answer it for you. So yeah, but overall, what a great day riding these two boats. I'm going to do a lot of testing with these two boats with multiple different people that can give you more insight into like the pros and cons of the two skis, and that don't have any skin in the game. You know, I'll get some guys that are just can give you good feedback and tell you the pros and cons of both of them. But yeah, as of today, really awesome day. I'd be happy with either one of these. Keep in mind, there is a price difference between these two boats. GP1R is cheaper than the F16 by a couple grand. So you know, but it depends what your budget is and what your you know, your end goal is. But it's just amazing how good this GP1R, especially with these few tweaks and upgrades. Again, like, I didn't think that we were going to do any more development on the GP1R because it was so busy on the F16. But honestly, like, I was pretty blown away about this GP1R this morning after testing it. Enough to go and take the time to go back to the water, take the boats, and actually go do a little bit of a shootout. So yeah, hope this video helps you guys a little bit. We'll try and keep them coming, and see you guys on the water soon. Cheers.